Hi all. So welcome to another day on this JMeter session. And as I recap, so we are discussing about regular expression. Right? So we are going with these topics below. Now. mm, so till yesterday we have talked about this point, regular expression, and then attributes of regular expression, extractor, why we use this symbol and all. Now today we are going to see dynamic value extraction in JMeter with real-time uh, scenarios. Okay, and complex use cases examples, okay, or correlation. Complex use cases example or correlation example, right? So let's see. Okay, now the first one, right, in this is this one, the general expression. So as I said yesterday, the general expression. Let me just show. Fine. So as I said yesterday, the general expression, right, which is this one, which works every time, most of the time we go with this, okay, and it works also. We have seen as well. Right? Now there will be some scenario where this will not work directly. And they have to like learn few extra things, right? So that is what a special case or complex scenario you can say. Okay, so some use case will be there where directly this will not. So you can say in 80% of cases directly we go and extract value using this, and we have done this thing, correct? When all places we have done that, right? And it was working fine. But few places, like in 20% of cases, there are some tricky stuff where we have to understand a few extra things. So one tricky stuff, if you guys remember, that was when there was no right boundary. Right? So in our JPET store example only, right? JPET store example only, when we were extracting the order ID, correct? Order ID. That time there was no right boundary, correct? So that was one special extract. So what I told that the question mark we should not use, right? Or and it has worked. So we that was one extra special. So few special cases are there, and they are not that much, right? It's only 12. Okay, so only 12 are there just to understand. Okay, right? And that's it. So if you understand this 12 or uh, like few points, if you memorize or just save it anywhere, any value you can extract, any value. Okay, that's guaranteed. Not more than 12 use case. Okay. So first is general expression. It works everywhere. In 80% of cases, it will work. Then we have A to Z method. Okay. Oh, yeah. So sometime we have to go with A to Z method as well. So one example like hmm, I'm running this. I'm simulating some examples. So if you see here, like there are some values in this. Let me change this mode to some HTML. Yeah. So suppose uh, if you see, suppose we have to extract the IDs. Right? You see, there are multiple IDs, correct? Or uh, anything. I think it will be little looking little small, right? So suppose transaction number is there, correct? IDs are in multiple, but multiple IDs are there, and suppose we want to extract. Okay, so that is one use case. So what I have made is let me test this one. Okay, so if you see, uh, so I will go back again to HTML. Suppose. So as I said, suppose so many IDs are there, and we want to extract out all the IDs, right? If you see here ID, here ID, here ID, here ID, right? Okay. Now all the ID, if you want to extract, so what we will do, we'll prepare the expression in such a way that so this is this side left boundary, right? This much is left boundary. Let me copy this stuff so that here somewhere I'll put so that it looks little big. Okay. So if you see, right, so this is left boundary TDA, and this part is right boundary. So right boundary we are keeping this much, and I prepared a expression which is this. So in them, I think name is also there as left right boundary. Yeah, yeah, name is also there. Name. Okay. In most of the cases, I think name is there. Yeah, ID and name. So if you see name, right. So we have to take all the ID which have name in the right boundary. Okay. So ID and the name in the right. And so you see here ID and the name right boundary. Here name right boundary. ID, ID, and the value is there in between, right? Now, okay. So like that, they are these are many. The IDs are many. Okay, like almost 33 are there. Right. So hmm, fine. Okay. So they have name here instead of display. We have to take the name part. Right. That was a requirement of that application. So now all ID we have to extract where there is name in right boundary and this is stuff. So normally, if you see, we will prepare like this, right? Obviously, this is normal approach, the general approach. And if we go and test it to extract those value, those IDs, so they are getting extracted, but if you see, they are not properly coming. This is 33, it's saying match, but do you see at match 1 1 or match 2 1, right? Match proper value is not coming, right? Now, uh, the same thing instead of you see, uh, instead of this, right? We know instead of this, I have just used this stuff. We have learned this yesterday only. and these are all numbers. So only 0 to 9 is required. No need to give A to Z or 0 or capital A. Only numbers are right. So 0 to 9, the group has been prepared, right, and plus. So I'll show you how this is here again. So I've run the same thing here also and here also. Let me just fine. So if we use this approach, so if you see, they are now coming correctly. You see, okay, like that, right? So it's coming correctly. At least the number is getting or fetched properly, right? Properly. Only number is coming. But in the previous case, which was this approach, that time it was not working. It's not coming. Even the number, right? It's not coming. One number is coming at 3, but generally we have to look at 1 1 or 2 1 or 3 1, right? So you see, right, it's not good, right? It's not working properly. But same thing if we change it to A to Z, like a 0 to 9 mode, um, so that time it's working proper. Same thing if I do. Okay. So you got the idea that sometime uh, here you can see properly all these values, especially only that value, right, is getting extracted. But if we went that way, the general way, that time they were not. So that is the case, right? So sometime, as I said, sometime we have to go with A to Z method as A to Z 0 to 9 method also. Okay. So that is one special use case, right? Fine. Next is, so hope it's clear. By default, we will always go with this, right? But as I'm saying that in 20 to 30% of cases, there will be some special use case, right, where we have to learn some few extra things. So this is our first special use case. So where you see I used this and it was not working properly, then I used this, right? We use this method, the main method, the original method, correct? Which we discussed, and it was working properly, correct? Now, in that value, actually A to Z is not required because there is no alphabets or no special symbol, only numbers are there. So we have given 0 to 9. But this approach is that understanding which we discussed yesterday, right? So yes. So right. So this is first use case where we have to go little bit tricky, right? Fine. Second use case is escape character. This is also very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. So let us see this as well. So if you see, this is the value, let us say, right? This is the response, or do not get confused. This is the response for an example, response body. Now, I'll copy this and put it here. Yeah. Hope this is clear, right? So now we know that this, suppose this is the value which is from here to here is the value, and we want to extract that. So what we will do, we'll take this part and we'll take this part, right? Obviously, as usual. So what we will do, we will prepare like this, correct? Then dot plus question mark prices. First approach will be the general approach only, correct? And only if it doesn't work, then we go with this special method, tricky method. So first approach will be this one. But when it doesn't work, then we have this some use cases, okay, where we have to understand the thing. So second use case, right? Now, so we had this value to extract. So normally, what people will do, will prepare like this, correct? General approach. Now let us copy and try to test it. So if you see, it's not working. Zero match count. Okay. So what is the problem? Everything is correct. Everything is correct in the extractor. Everything is correct. Right. So why it's not working? So see what happens. Remember, when any of the meta character is there in the left boundary or the right boundary. Okay, so this is right boundary, right? And this part is uh, left boundary. Correct. Now remember that any of these meta characters, you see any of these meta characters, these all symbol are called meta characters. Okay, these all symbols are called meta character, means reserved character for regular expression. So if you see this special here, right? Bigger square braces, flower braces, small braces, slash, anchor, dollar. This is called pi, right? Pi, question mark, asterisk or multiplication symbol, dot, and plus, right? So do you see? So any of this symbol, right? I'll just copy it. So if understand properly, so if any of these symbols, right? If any of these symbols is present either in left boundary or right boundary, this is left boundary and this is right boundary. So if any of this symbol is present either in left boundary or in right boundary, correct? That time we have to escape it, right? So so you see we have left boundary and left boundary dollar is, and dollar is a meta character, and that's why it's not working, right? So what we have to do, we have to escape that. How to escape? To escape that, we have to use a slash, this slash, right? Okay. So that's why it's yeah, slash, right? So now what I'll do, instead of copy this again. Fine. Now before dollar, you have to give that slash. So this slash before that dollar, right? So now if I go and use it to extract, let us test it. So you see here I have used the slash. Now the value is properly come. Do you see? Okay. Now one more example on the same line, little bit realistic example of the non-CID. Non-CID, hope you guys remember. Mm, that one complex script which I've shown, right? Yeah, if you guys remember long back when we were just started correlation. Then I used one. I I have played one video of application, and then I have shown this script where in launch only there were two values, right? Then in login here one value, right? So hope you remember this. So in this is example of same script. So if you see here one non-CID is there. This is the and this we have to extract from homepage launch, right? So the same response I have made in this example. Okay, I have kept it here. So the same thing here. You see, where is that one? Here, that JD EG right till here. Okay, suppose. So this is the value at JD here. This is the value. So suppose we want to extract that. So let us say from here to somewhere here, I'll copy that and put it right. So if you see uh, the value is starting from here and it's ending like this. So what we will do as usual, we'll prepare like this, right? Dot plus question mark like this, and this is the right side, correct? So we will do like this, obviously, right? This is the general approach, but it will not work. So I'll do it just it didn't work, right? Now again same thing, why it didn't work, correct? So what I just told, that if any of this value is there either in the right boundary or in the left boundary, so any of this matter, so we have to escape that. Now you see this itself, immediately where the value is ending, this value is there, right? uh, Means this character is there, this character is there in our list, correct? It's the escape character and it itself is present, right? So now what we have to do, we have to escape that also, correct? So it will be looking like this. Before this, again use one more, right? See, so here a dollar was there, so we have escaped that using the slash. That was one example. This is another example, little realistic, right? So if you see, so in the right boundary the same slash is there which is used to escape, and that is not work, so we have to use again escape that one also using another escape. Okay, right? So now if I go and test this, see, that value is coming on, it's coming properly now. Okay, so that is the another special use case, right? And this is important, you will face this, you will face it many times. So remember, when I've shown the real example as well. Fine. uh, we sometimes we can use dot plus also to escape, but this becomes sometimes really tricky, so go with this only. Okay, this is used to create some gap. I'll say to avoid one. Now so this, hope you guys you will remember. Next is extracting from new line. Okay, so uh, yeah, extracting a value, taking previous line or next line as a reference. Okay, so it means that uh, we will see the example. So here, suppose this is the value, right? This is the response as it is. Okay. So I'll put it here. Fine. Now, so what you understand here? See, this is the response as it is. This is the value. Now, in this value, if you see, there is no left boundary and right boundary. Okay, means there is nothing on left hand side and there is nothing on right hand side. But below that value we have something, and above that value we have something. Correct. Now, what I told, if you guys remember, while we prepare the regular expression, whatever the things we give, that should be in one line only, right? Whether the left boundary, the value, right? The left boundary, the value, and the right boundary should be in one line, correct? Now, if you want to extract this, but now there is no left boundary and no right boundary in the same line. This is above line. This is the downside line, means another line. It's a new line concept. Okay, totally new line. They are not in one line. Remember. So in response, I have shown many time I have shown that line concept is there. So this is totally separate line. This is totally separate line. This is totally separate. Okay. So and now we have to extract this value which doesn't have anything on left hand side and on right hand side. Then what we will do? So generally, if any people like who doesn't know this, what you will do? Like suppose if you try to say make a regular expression like this, which is kind of foolish, but I'll just say that suppose a beginner people is going to do fine. So he did like this and this, like left side value, right side. right? We think like that. And suppose we'll go and try this. See, it will not work. I did see, did it work? It didn't work. Obviously, it will not work because what I said in very beginning that the left boundary and the right boundary should be in one line here only. Uh, they should be taken from same line in the most of the cases, right? Okay. So it will not work. Then what you will do, right? So now here we have to extract that value. It's important, but there is no left boundary and right boundary, correct? But there is something on above and something on down. So we have to take that's what the previous line or the next line as a reference. So how we will do that, right? And how we'll prepare. So this is not working, right? It's not working. So what we have to do is understand. We have to take this as a reference. Means this we will take as a left boundary, and this will take as a right boundary. Now we will say that we have prepared here. Here now only we have prepared. So taking this as a left, taking this as a right, then why it's not working? First, why it's not working? Why not working? Right? That we have to understand. See, why it is said that the value should be in same line and not we have to take from two separate lines, right? Why? Because understand that in programming language the space is counted. So if you see where this line is ended, then there are multiple space here till here which we cannot see, but it is there, correct? Space, right? So Google generally everything in one line. I believe this is holding one line. Some other stuff. Suppose yes, this is one line, this is one line, this is one line, right? See, this is one line, this is one line, this is okay. So suppose this is a line, right? This is one line, and then this is next line. So you see there is a space, right, which is here till here, right? That is there, but we do not see because a space we cannot see, but it is there, right? So that is the reason a space is there. Now, when we are making like this, so it's not working because you know that this will act as a address, right? This is left side address, this is right side address. Simple, right? Left boundary, right boundary address. Now, what will happen that uh, yes. So you have given this, but who? What about the space? A space is also there, and a space will also be counted as part of address. So hence, JMeter is not able to find that. He is able to find this. After that, he is trying to find the value, but after that, there is a space. So many space. Where is the value? He is getting confused. Okay. So like that, we cannot give. So what we have to do? So when you find this kind of scenario where there is a value and you are not able to extract, so you have to take something reference of above or downside line. Then we have to include the spaces and then we have to escape the spaces. So remember, escape spaces are represented by uh, slash s, small s. Actually s, okay, s, not slash is for escape. So s, right, s. S represents one white space, means normal space, one space. So one S means one white space, right? Now you see there are so many space here. So you know how it will be represented. Let us say that first we have given this. We'll put it here. Then there is a space. So suppose we will give S, okay, a small s. But there are multiple spaces. So that length we do not know, right? So automatically length will be counted. So how the length is handled? Yesterday we just learned that length is handled using plus, correct? Yesterday only. So we will give S plus, right? S plus. And now we have to escape this white space. Means we do not want to consider those white space. We have to escape them. So before this space, we have to use that escape character, right? Which is like this escape. Okay, understand? Now put this for this value. Again, after this value, see so many spaces are there till here. So again, we have to write S for one space, then plus for multiple space, and we have to escape those spaces. So slash S plus here also. So slash S plus here also, slash S plus here also. And then this is the right bound. Now let us go and test this. See, now it's working or not. See, might match one. Right? Okay. So see that nothing is complicated here. I am just I'm showing you with example and showing you the cause. No need to remember anything. We have to just understand. Right? We have to just understand. This work, right? We bought the next line, and as a level, it worked. Only thing we have to just understand few concepts with few real time concepts, right? Few important concepts. Okay. Now, same thing in little realistic approach. So suppose we have this. Let us say. Uh, suppose we want to extract this. This is the shopping cart stuff, of our pet store only, right? Where all uh, products are added. Then we click on proceed to checkout. Hope you remember. Now on the same page, if we have this subtotal amount, and suppose we want to extract that subtotal amount. Okay. So let us say subtotal amount is 267. So let me go to the text and write here 267. So this is the value, suppose. This is the value 267. This is left side, this is right side. Now suppose I'll copy whole thing, or let me take system till here. Okay, it went well like this. So for now, uh, so this way all in one line. Okay, means like this. It's like this. Okay. So I have copied the response from here to here, like this whole thing. Now just not everything I have copied, too many other things, but this is the and values here, right? So if you see, this is the value. So you will think it's very simple, right? Obviously, it's simple because this is what we want to extract, and then we have something on right hand side also, and then left hand side, and there's something on right hand side. So it becomes easy, right? So suppose we want to extract that, then what we do, right? This is the value, let us say. So obviously, uh, this we will take control B, then dollar plus question mark versus close, and this is the right hand side, right? Right. Now understand one thing again, the escape character. First we will talk about escape character, right? We just talked. So here we have to apply that because we have a dollar, correct? Dollar is coming in being. So we just learned, right, that if any value is there in left hand side and right hand side, which is a meta character, we have to escape that. Now this is a dollar. So either you can escape that or you cannot, you can remove this. You, because it's in beginning, right? So you cannot keep in left boundary and right boundary, correct? So you can remove also. If the value is something that is there in the middle, that time there is no option and we have to escape that. Correct. So this is a meta character. So I will remove it from left hand side. Right. Now I'll go and test this. Okay. And you'll see it will work, but it will not work very well. See, it is extracting the value, but is it working correct perfectly? No. If you see total 22 match is there, and the value which we wanted is 27.6, 27.6276. It's nowhere here, right? And it is like very in the very end. I think it will be there, but here it is. Okay, yeah. So do you see the value is getting extracted, but not properly, right? So many other stuff is also coming, and this is coming in the end, right? In the end. Now you can say me, sir, we can take this and in match count we can give 22. So it will pick this value. Fine. That way it will work. But again, that is not a good way, right? Because let us say next time you are running and this match count becomes 23, means the value is coming at match 23, then will it work, right? Right. Um, so suppose here match count, if we give 22. So you will ask me, okay, it is going to work and it will pick the value and store in that variable. But let us say that next time when we are running, the match, the position changes to 23 or 24, right? Means the value which we want comes at 23 or 24. Then will it, and here you cannot change, right? Every time you have to give just one time, correct? Just one time, right? So that time, uh, it will not work, right? So this going with this expression is not feasible option. If this value is coming at first position or second position, then a person can think, okay, let us pick. We can ignore this all and pick, okay, match one, let us give one, right? But it is coming at very last, and that too chances is there that its position will change. Correct. Now, first understand why this is happening, right? So this is happening because in this response, if you see, there are so many span. Span means where is the value? Here is the value, right? And what is left boundary? A span and a span. So now if you see, there are so many span. Here also a span, here also a span, here also a span, here also so many are there. So we have learned that when left boundary, right boundary are same, and there are multiple value in between, so we get multiple matches, right? We have seen that fees when we were extracting fees or product ID or item ID, right? So so this is possible. Now problem is okay. So that's why so many matches were coming, right? And it was not working fine. It's not working fine. So many stuff is coming. Right? So what to do? So in this case, we'll take a reference of above line. Okay. So how we will do that again? So it's very simple. We just learned here. Here we just learned here. Same thing, same concept. So first we'll take this Control C. Okay. Now from here to here, right? You see so many white spaces there. Yeah. So this is the above line which we are taking a reference. So it's ending here, and then here you see so many space, white space are T. So we have to ignore that white space. That's what we just learned, right? So subtotal, then white space is represented by small s, then multiple white space is plus, and we have to ignore it is escape, correct? Right? So slash s plus. Just now we did right here. Slash s plus here, same thing. So same. Okay. Slash s. Now bring this all stuff like this. Now instead of this value, we use this expression. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Now one more thing. You see, a dollar is now coming because now dollar is falling in the middle, right? Here dollar was in beginning, so we ignored that. But here dollar is getting fall in the middle because we have to consider that. You cannot ignore it, right? Because we are taking from here like this. So now we have to what do we have to do? We have to ignore that. So one more escape character. Now if I go and use this, so you'll see how properly and how beautifully it will work. I have used this, how properly and how beautifully that value is getting extracted. Right? Okay. So this is example of escape character in a real sense. Right? So everything I'm showing as a real example. So hope you are finding my session a bit uh, beneficial. Here also that 0 to 9 method is also not. So direct neither direct this approach nor suppose instead of this we want to use 0 to 9, which I told in beginning that sometime you have to go with that. So that is also not working. If you see here, right? It is working, but again the value is coming at 7th place. But exactly we want that value. So in that case, we took this first line as a reference and were like, and it worked, right? So this is example of taking reference from new line. Means yeah, previous new line or next new line. Okay. Fine. Next one. Okay. So next one is just this. Okay. So next is example is left boundary, but there is no right boundary. So this I'll not show because already I've covered it. Okay. When there is no right boundary, then uh, you know what I told, right? You can have given that only do not use that question, and other thing will remain same. So there are two use cases. Anyone you can use either do not use question mark or this also can use. Okay. But generally this will work. Next is uh, fine. Next is so this I'm not covering it. We have already done that. But point number 5. Extracting a value with both varying left and right bound. So both varying left and right bound means what? Sometime this this you will get also this JMX file you will be getting. So no need to worry. Even with all these use cases, you will get it. So in future also you can run it like how I'm running, right? You can just enable each. Even I've given the names, right? You see here. escape character, new line one, example one, new line two, left boundary but no right boundary varying. And what I'm doing, I'm enabling each example and running it, right? And even below that, I have added the extractor, correct? Which will work, which will not work. So you can run it. So just keep it, and anywhere on any application, if you just remember this, uh, you have not to worry while extracting any value. Any value you can extract, right? Fine. And so you will be getting this. Everything will be getting fine. So now next is varying left and varying right. Right. So what is okay? One more time. So if you see, this is the response for an example. Okay. So just to make it little bigger, I will copy that and I'll put it here. The second one is here. So response is like this, just one. Or there can be many on above and downside. Okay. There. But what we have to understand is, see, this is the response, right? So in response, there is something on left hand side, something on right hand side, which is fixed, which is not changing, right? But anyway, this is the value. Now, from this value also, we have to just extract the number which is coming. Number, a 3-digit number, you see, it's there, and we want that number. Okay. Now you'll ask me, so it's easy? No, it's not easy. Do you see this stuff? It's not same, right? This whole complete thing is changing. But inside this changing also, we just need this number. For an example, I'm saying, okay, we just need that number. Okay. So how we will do that, right? And before that number, there are uh, yeah. Mm. So mm. So this part we can keep same. But what about this part, right? This is changing, so we cannot keep that in left side or right side, right? Left boundary, right boundary. So this is the case. This is about varying left and varying right. Means uh, changing. Generally, this kind of scenario very rarely occurs. Very very rarely it will occur. Correct. So, but suppose it occurs, then how we will handle it, right? So there are three different ways to do that. Okay, and I have I'll explain each of them, right? So, but see, the first thing which I've kept in first will work better. Okay. So suppose in future you are referencing. So remember that suppose in PPT or in that extractor, you see whatever the first time kept, that is a first preference like that. Okay. So suppose I have made three use cases to solve this problem. Okay. So, but you should go with the first one. You should try first. So here three use cases are there. Now, first of all, we will try to understand the first one. Yeah. So first thing, if you see there, what we have to do, the, the thing that are here, they are actually, see, this is called digit in normal uh, normal learning process we have learned, right? There is digit characters and non-digit characters, and digits are like numbers are called digit, and these are non-digit, correct? So if you see, digit is represented by a small d, and non-digits are represented by capital D. Okay. So we have that. That's why we have to escape those non-digit characters. So this we will keep. This is fixed. So something we have to keep as a fixed part. Fixed part should be there. Okay, always remember, because without the fixed part, nothing will work. It's very simple to understand, right? Like in real time example, suppose a delivery person is there and he's coming to your address. Here, there is something should be fixed address, right? You cannot give variable changing address, no, right? So that is the nature. So something should be always a fixed part. So this we will always keep fixed part. Now, this is non-digit character. Now, depending on the length, so non-digit character will be represented by D, right? Simple, very easy to understand. Now, length, how many are there? We will not bother. We'll just keep plus, right? Now we have to escape them, so we'll use slash. Simple. So slash D plus. Okay. Now these are digits. Okay. So we cannot use braces and dot plus question mark. Understand why? Because here I have made that it will work, but I have kept that in second place. That sometime it can work or sometime it cannot work. Okay. So better to go with this. Why I say it will not work, because dot will take anything. Okay, and that time JMeter will confuse, because from where the value will start. If you give dot, so dot means digit and non-digit. If you give like this, if you give only 0 to 9, so it is understanding that only number part I have to expect, 0 to 9, right, in the group. But if I give like this, so chances that it will not work properly, because it can get confused. Dot means anything. Now anything, right? Anything. Now where the from where the value starts, how we will understand. Understand, right? So that's why we'll not go with this. We'll go with this, right? So so you see, sometimes things can be many much tricky. Just so here we are learning using this stuff as well. Then escape also. You see, multiple combination, right? It's multiple combination scenario we are using. We are using this concept, then we are using escape we have used in multiple places just now, right? But here also we are using escape, and then some other concept like just now we talked about a space, so a space symbol, escaping them. Now digit and non-digit, right? So three concept we are using, and to make it, right, to make it. So uh, directly, instead of this, we will go with 0 to 9, because that is a particular number. And these are, so this is digit and these are non-digit. We are escaping the non-digit. If you give like this, JMeter can confuse that, because dot means anything. From where you will say that the value will start. But if you give like this, so it will understand, okay, only numbers, right? So before number, whatever uh, value are there, those are non-digit, and he will escape that. And after number again, whatever the value are there, they are again non-digit, right? You see, again slash D plus. So we have to escape that. Now, why we are escaping it here? Understand? Escape means ignore also. Okay, ignore. Escape is also called as ignore. So because this is changing in nature, right? So we have to ignore that. You cannot keep that in left side or right side, right? So we are ignoring. So this is the best expression that will work. On the same line, you can use this, but I don't think it will work properly. Okay, that's why. Yeah. And sometimes you can go with this. So here, what we have done is this is ignoring those non-digit, right? And here, just giving the digits. Okay, only digits. So this is a little different approach to get the work done, but this will also work. So these three things are there, and best one is this one. Now, if reverse, if it will be reverse, understand? Reverse means if here number are there, numbers are there, and here also numbers are there, numbers, number, and in between here, suppose alphabets are there. So what you will do, you'll just reverse it, right? Here you will give slash d plus a small d. Here you will give slash d plus a small d. Small d is for non-digit. So ignore the non-digit, those numbers, right? And here you will give suppose alphabet, right? Digits are numbers. Numbers are uh, I got. I think I carried away. Wait. So a small d digit and capital D non-digit, right? So since they are non-digit, means characters or alphabet, so we are ignoring them. So bigger D, right? Bigger. And the number, so we have gone with 0 to 9 format. Now, since if we are reversing it, like suppose here numbers are there, right? Here also number are there, and here suppose some value is there. Now what we'll do? So this will remain same. The fixed part we have to take. Now this you have to ignore, right? Number. So that time here you will give a small d, ignoring the d is for non-digit. Bigger D is for non-digit means the alphabets or a string, right? And this is a small d is for number. So we will give here a small d to ignore the numbers, right? So a small d plus. And here instead of this, we'll give either A to Z, depending on how the string is, or a small A to Z, or both. Okay, or both. Okay, so that is how reverse will work. Right. So I have made and the regular. See, it's coming right now. All are working for this use case, right? But out of this, the best one which will work is first. Okay. Now next one is single value. So next scenario is the single value, like extracting the single value in response. It means that in response there is only one value, and there is no left boundary or right boundary. Example of escape or ignore. Ignore. Yep. Yeah. So single value, okay, in response with no left and no right, and nothing above and nothing down. Okay. So point number 6, that in response there is only one single value, and there is nothing on left hand side, nothing on right hand side, nothing on top, nothing on down. Okay. Then how we will extract that, right? So this is the value alone one single value, and there is nothing on left hand right hand side, right? There is nothing on left hand side, there is nothing above and nothing down. So how we will do that? Okay. So there is only one way to do, and that's what actually there are two ways to do that, right? So one is through regular expression, and another is through default programming function given by this JMeter. So first one is this one, remember. And do not try to understand it. Even I'll get confused while explaining it. Okay, how they are doing, like they have made some question mark, then the digit anchor, then dot and plus. So like something they have tried to, with multiple combination they have come up with this solution. So this one like understanding it will become difficult, so just remember it or just keep it handy. As I said, this all will be given, so keep it handy, that there is only one value, remember. And there is nothing on left hand side, there is nothing here in all cases, right? We have just seen that there was something on left hand side, or there was something on right hand side, or there was something above and there was something down, right? So here all is there, but this is very a special case where there is nothing, no left, no right, no above, no down, right? Nothing, only that value is there and it happens. It's not like that whatever I've kept here, you will face it sometime in any application, in any scenario, you'll face it. Like so many I've just shown in my course only, right? Like some many real all most of the thing I've shown in real time only for our pet store, or uh, that non-CID for escaping in real time I've shown, right? So most of the thing I'm showing, so it means that it is occurring, right? So in most of the application, whatever this 12 scenario I have made, it will occur. Okay, so you have to just remember. Okay, so so think like this also will occur, that sometime in response you will just get a single value without anything, no left side, no right side, not nothing on top, nothing on down. Then how will do, right? Because if something is on top, something is on down, that we have just seen, right? We learned that here how to do, right? We learned that. But now this is a very special case. Here at least something was there on top, something was there down. Now there in this there is nothing, correct? There is nothing, a single value. So in that case, just remember that only this will work, right? As it is, you can use. And now I'll show you, right? And even I've put an it here. Okay, so as you remember, everywhere it will be, and as it is one. So this one thing you have to remember, uh, because explaining it will become difficult, because they have made something of multiple, this is many stuff. And why we have to remember this, because this is going to be used in some 2 or 3 places, like here also, and here also. You see the same thing. Okay, so I'll be coming to that one by one. So that's why it is important, and you have to just remember, or you can write it down somewhere and you can just use it anytime. Other thing is simple to understand, right? No need to remember. Uh, but this is one special which we have to remember. Okay, so this is done, right? Now another way is to through bean cell. Actually, it's bean cell or JSR 223 processor. So this is a function, okay, a inbuilt function. There are 4 such function for extracting a value. So their name itself is like, if you see, priv get response data. Okay, this will be used here. Priv get response code, priv get response message, priv get response header. 4 are there. Okay, priv get response data, priv get response code, priv get response message, priv get response header. So generally, these are the 4 things of any request, right? When which we extract. Even in extractor also you see response body, response header, response code, and response message. This is what you'll extract. What you'll extract more than this, right? Either data from response body or from header, or a response code or response message. Correct. Fourth thing. So for that, JMeter people have given four functions, inbuilt function. So this is pre.get response data as string. This is just the function as it is. Pre means previous. Okay. So it's like post processor means after, right? So you see, this is the request, and this request got filed, and we have response. Now inside that, right? Inside this we are using. So this will be referred as right? Pre means previous. So previous. So previous and get the response data, whatever the response data is there. This is the response data. Get it, right? Very simple to understand. Get that response data as a string. Okay, string is string data types, correct? So this one. So get previous and get that response data as a string. Okay, and put that in a variable. This is a variable name. Variable name you can give anything. The single value you see, this is a variable. This all are same as it is. No need to change anything. This is a variable name which you can change, right? So vars.put will be this. We will be understanding about vars.put and all those things. Even what is this pin shell post process, all these things we'll understanding in the coding section. But for now, just understand this is a function prev.get response data to read the response data of previous and put that in a variable. This variable name you can give anything, as we give like here variable name, right? Like that related variable name you can give here, and that's what. So anyone you can use. Either you can use the regular expression to extract that. But if you remember, I want to use a regular expression. This is the syntax, right? And you can use post processor, JSR or bean shell post processor, and write this code, one single line of code there. Well, nothing to change here. Only this variable name you can change. Whatever you like, you can put. So it will do what? It will read this value and it will store that value in this variable, like how this does. Like this will extract that value and store in this variable, right? So this is extracting, and this is like reading. It will read it and store it. And this variable, as usual, wherever you want, we can use in dollar cloud braces variable, cloud braces close, like that. Okay. So this is two-way. Same way, there are four such functions. We will talk about them. So what are those four functions? Just I have to. One for response data. So pre.get response data as a string. One is here for response code. So pre.get response code. Another one. One is for message. Okay. So pre.get response message. Third one. And last one is for header. So pre.get response header. The fourth one. So one, right, two, three, and four. Okay. They are very simple to read. You see, prev.get response data as a string, prev.get response code, prev.get response message, prev.get response header. Very understanding English, right? Pure English way. Now, so this is how beautifully they have designed this four function. Okay. Now, so you got it, right? So this is how it will solve, either using regular expression or using this inbuilt function of one line Java code or Beansy code, whatever it is. Okay. And either using regular expression or through that you can start. Now next is complete response. Now what is complete response? Complete response means whole thing. Like whole thing. This is called complete response. Like from here to here, complete. Start from starting till end. This is called complete response. Now suppose sometime this may not occur. This scenario may not occur to you, but I have made it so that you should be aware of this. So understand that yeah, sometime, right? That if suppose you want to extract out complete response, this whole response, correct, then what you'll do? Or here also, this whole thing. Suppose from here to here, all this you want to extract, all this till here, complete. So how will do? So the same approach, the same thing, which we will discuss here. Same here. Either you use the same value or use the same function. Pre.get response data. Same. Okay. There should be no confusion in this. Why I'm saying no confusion, I'll tell you. And why same thing will be is getting used here? Just understand it is very simple. See here it is single value, right? So single value is what? Complete response. Because nothing is there in response, only one value is there. So single thing. And how to extract it, just I told you. Now this is response. Now we'll see this is, but now want to extract completely. So when we want to extract it completely from to and whole thing, right, till here, so it will be treated as a single value only, right? Because this is the last part and there is nothing on right hand side below this, because whole thing you want to extract. And this is the first part and before that there is nothing, so it will be treated as single value, like this only. So approach is, that's why it's same. Okay, what we concept we use for this expression or this stuff, same thing we use here, same stuff or the same code, same preve dot get response. This is variable name that we can check. Right? Fine. Next is extracting the status code. So a status code, this is the status code or response code, right? And this is response message. So response message, I think very rarely we will need to extract, but I made a scenario for everything that if face any challenge, you can just look at this and your problem will be resolved. So first is reading the response code or a status code. So it's very simple. Either you can use this one or you can use this one or that inbuilt function. Okay, anyone, right? So out of this, I have used this as a first. So prefer this only, right? So this is a response code. So what you have to do is simple use the regular expression extractor and use simply that slash slash d plus and braces. Okay. But remember we have to put a check mark in this. By default check mark is there in this, right? But now we are going to extract from response code. So check mark should be here and this much only, and it will extract the response code of that request. Okay. Or the second one which I told 0 to 9 also. But first preference tried this. Okay. And the last one is that code. So very simple, prev dot get response code. Very simple, right? Previous dot get response code, and I store that. Put means put put that in this variable. Okay. This variable name you can give anything, right? Any variable. Fine. So this is simple, and same way. Why I'm removing bean cell? Because generally we use JSR 2 to 3. So there are two options in writing a code in generally JMeter. Either we use this bean cell or we use JSR 2 to 3. But which one we use preferably is JSR. Okay, that's why I'm removing it. So we will discussing more in future in coding section. So let it. Now same way the message. Okay, fine. The message response message as you said response. So suppose if you want to extract the response message, so you'll use same extractor. But remember, we have to put a check mark here, right? Response message. And what will be the extractor? This. Okay. So this extractor is same. This is here, same we used here, because this whole both scenario are almost same. Now extracting response message also, you see, response message, the same we are using, right? So that's why I said this one is very typical one. So just read it or remember it, right? Or write it somewhere. Okay. So this is the one. So regular expression you can use and same stuff. Here just put the selection and put it as it is. And for that request, it will extract out the response message and store it in this variable. Or the next one is the code. Okay. So code, which is inbuilt code, right? So as I said, four such functionalities are there. It's code. Why I'm saying it's a function, right? So function is what? Coding. In coding, function is a module only, a set of codes, right? Set of function. Uh, right. So that's what. So this is very simple. If you read prev dot get response message means previous dot get response message and put means first get the response message and put that in this variable, right? So this is a variable name. Variable you can change it, right? So it will read out and store in that. And uh, yeah, and you can use it anywhere as usual. Suppose after extracting the value and storing it, how you want to use it anywhere, right? Why we extract the value? Why we are extracting the value? To use it somewhere, correct? That is the purpose of extracting the value, right? First, correct? Why we are extracting the value? To use that value somewhere else. So whether you extract the value through regular expression extractor and store in this variable, or whether you extract through this inbuilt line of code or functionality and store it in this variable. This variable you can give anything in this double quotes. So it is a variable, and wherever you want to use, how we will be using dollar flower braces variable name flower braces close. So that remains same. Okay. Only these two approach, anyone you can use. Now comes extracting a value from header. Underscore. So next is extracting value from uh, header. Okay. So hope you guys remember that in dynamic value extracting concept, what we learned that we have to find the value in response of immediate previous request, right? But in that, what I told that when we are looking back in the response, so response is divided into two parts, either in response body or in response header, right? And 95% of cases values you will every time find in the response body only. Only in 5% cases, maybe depending on application to the value will be in the response header. Correct. Now we know that how to extract from response body, and everything is generally we are extracting from response body only till now. But suppose the value is there in response header, then how we will do that, right? So this is all about that, and this is important to understand because this is going to be tricky. Okay. So extracting, remember, extracting a value means one value from a response header. So how to do that, right? And why it is tricky? So first let me run. See, so suppose this is the request, our same JPEG store of catalog.txt, and this is the body. Now, suppose you are searching some value in the body. So response, right? Response. Now response is divided into two parts. As I told, we have to look into body and header, right? So, and generally we have done all from body, but now we are learning if the value is there in header, then how? So suppose you found that you put the value here in response body, you click on find and it is not there. Then what I said, we have to go and look into headers, right? So suppose for an example, this is the dynamic value, and then you come to header, you put that, you are in header, put that value here and try to click on find. So two times, so it will highlight, right? Remember, in response body, if you try to find the value, it will highlight in green color. Okay. But if you try to find that value in response header and click on find, first time it will throw red, but try to find it two times, one more time. So you will see it will highlight in blue color. Okay, blue. So see, this is the value. So for an example, suppose this value is present in both places, in body and in header. So think, just for example case, think it's not here. It's not there in body. It's there in header. Okay, for an example, because 5% chance it can happen. Right? Now, how we will extract, right? So see, extracting is easy. Only implementation is little tricky. So what we will do? First, what I learned that same left boundary, right boundary, correct? So as usual, you will prepare this, uh, right? This we know that is the simple thing. Everyone do that, right? Or every time we will be doing that. That so just copy that here, dollar plus question mark versus close. Fine. So this is left bound. So we prepared. This is the general approach. Every time we do that, correct? Nothing wrong in this. So this we have to do. So expression is prepared, right? Remember, expression is prepared. We have prepared the now next thing is testing it, because you have to test it, right? Now testing is where the problem comes. Why the problem? Remember, see, understand, this is the body. Okay, look at the body. Hope you understand. This is the body. Okay? It's starting with dog type or something. It's very big, right? This is, and this is the header. Header is this much one. Now suppose I have select, I'm in their header only. Okay, and I go to this drop down and I choose the tester, regular expression tester. Where it came? Tell me where it came.
Inside body.
Hmm. It came in body. So even though suppose nothing I have selected, and if only this request I have selected, and if I go and choose that test, where it came, right? What is this? Tell me what is this, or what we just see this. We have just seen this. Body. This is body, right? Response body. So what I'm trying to say is understand that by default or always, not by default, always the tester goes to body only. Okay, body only. Any tester, not only, so many testers are there for different purpose, but we do not use all. We generally use either regex or there is a JSON tester. Yeah, JSON path tester is there for JSON. That is for REST API. Okay, or regular expression. Other we do not use waste. So, but even all I'm talking, they all goes to the body. The problem is, where was the value? This is the response. Where value is in header. But when I have prepared my expression and I want to go to test it, the tester is going to body. It's not going to header. Now, how will I put and test it? Because anything, if I put it here and test it, it is going to test in the body, right? Body. It is not going to put it test in the header. So that time this problem will come. Okay. So now this will not work here. Nothing, because this is in header. This is, but this is body. Whatever we are trying to find or test, it is in body, right? Body. So it will always come to body. Remember. Now there the problem comes. Like how now we will test and verify whether you might be correct. It's not like that. The expression that we have prepared, 100% we are correct, but we have to be 100% sure also. Right? And how we become 100% sure? Only by testing. Testing is very important. right? Testing the expression. Now, when we go to test this expression, the tester goes directly to body. It doesn't go to header, and that is where the problem occurs. Okay. Fine. So there is one thing. Okay. That thing is either you put the expression here and put a check mark in this and click on find. If I do 2 times, you see complete thing is getting highlighted in blue. So put the expression here. Here, put a check mark in regular expression stuff and try to just click here 2 times, right? 2 times. First time because you will click, it will always throw red, and then one time blue, right? Remember, header it will sometime first time it will always throw red and then one more blue. Okay. In response, it is in green, right? Okay. Fine. So here blue. So you see it, this whole thing, it is trying to highlight, means it's correct. Okay. It's almost correct. We can be sure that 90% chance that whatever expression we have prepared is correct. Okay. Because halfway you see it's highlighting. But see, we have to be 100% sure. So that time we have to just extract only and just see whether it's extracting that value or not. So then how we will do that? Because tester is uh, the tester is going directly to the uh, body and body. Right. So how test from fonts with the complete AI notes is not somewhere AI notes install. Fine. How to extract from response complete process. Plan complete process. Okay. So one tricky interview question. And many time I forget to take this kind of notes and I forget. So this time I'll take notes and keep them handy. Because many time people ask. Generally, if you attend all this like whole course, na, anywhere you can answer anything. But even many times people ask to segregate those stuff. Right? Okay. So I'll take the question. I'll take your question, but let me first answer this. Okay. So fine. Now coming this. So how to solve this, right? Because the extractor is going in the body, right? Now see, um, we have to use a sampler called dummy sampler. Okay. And dummy sampler is a plugin thing. So by plugin you have to install. And I think in plugin session we have installed. In plugin session we have installed 6 to 7 samplers which were important. Sorry, 6 to 7 plugins which were important. Parallel controller was one of them. Thread group, custom thread group was one of them. Dummy sampler is also. So you have to install the dummy sampler. A dummy sampler, what it does later. Dummy sampler simulates this is dummy sampler. Sampler and here dummy. You see GP at JC dummy means plugin. Okay. So what it does, right? So first let us understand about dummy sampler. Dummy sampler simulates the or mocks or simulates the request and response. Means suppose I have put in something here ABC and response I have put in something. Now if I run this, right, uh, only dummy sampler, if I run this, so you will see that uh, okay, it will show that okay, in request ABC is going and in response XYZ is coming. So it's mocking, right? Mocking or simulation. It simulates the request and response. And most of this example, if you see, I made using dummy sampler only. I have just kept the responses here because real thing I cannot bring every time. So I have just uh, bought in those responses and I have put in the response data. That's and when I'm running, you see this value were coming in response, right? Or this whole. This, suppose this is whole one. This was FP value, or here we did for escape character. Yeah, escape. This one is was the value for that. Yeah, there's so many things I've kept in response to simulate. Okay, so all these are I have made using dummy sample. Okay, so all this I have kept in response body to simulate that example. Nice. So that's why it's coming in response. Okay. So that all those real time scenario. So okay, so same thing. So that is what dummy sample. It whatever you put here, what you put here, when you run, it will show as it is. Now we have to take help of this. So what help? Yeah. So what you have to do is whatever the header was. Okay. Now hope you have understood. I have just given the hint. So whatever the header is there, whole header you copy and put that in dummy sampler. I think this is dummy sampler. So yeah, I have put in it already. So just put that in response data of dummy sampler. This is what complete. This is I think some other. Okay, like this. Okay, and then run it. Simply run it. So basically, it will run. We know that the dummy sampler it ran, and now it mocks what? It mocks the response body. So this data will come in response body of the dummy sample. Right now, you go and use the tester. So now, obviously, for that dummy sampler, you get selected and use. So now, since it was in body, and tester will always go in body, right? Response. Now, bring that expression, yeah, which we prepared, right? And then test it. So it's now 100%. Now, so got it, right? So this is use of dummy sampler where it will become very helpful to extract a value. Means help in to be sure. Okay, why we are using this value? To be sure. Okay, to become sure. So this is how it will be helping us in the process of extracting the value from header response. Now next step is, as usual, you will use the extractor, correct, and put the expression over there, right? But only thing, remember, we have to choose this because by default it is always body. So if you body is there, so every time body it will go to body. But this time we are not extracting from body, we are extracting from header. So selection will be here, right? Remember. Only for testing purpose, we use the dummy sampler and put that in body, and we so that our tester goes to body and we test. But in real time, we are not extracting from dummy sampler, right? We are extracting from that particular request, that particular request header, right? Request header, oh, response header. Okay, that part not from dummy sampler, right? Uh, not from dummy sampler response body, but from that particular request response header we are extracting. Right? Dummy sampler is just for simulating that header so that our tester goes there and so that we can test it, so that we can be 100% sure, right? But the value we actually getting extracted from the response header of that request. So inside that request, you have to use this and put that all thing, you put the expression, and only thing you have to put a selection here, right? Like this. So it's is it very late? Maybe, yeah. We'll have left. Okay. So one last thing I'll just explain, and then we will leave. Just 2-3 minutes more, not more than, which is last scenario, which is related to this only. So this is become very clear. Completing, extracting one value from header. Now next one is extracting complete header. So suppose the complete header you want to extract, whole header. Then very simple, either the same this expression which we used here, here, or here, or that inbuilt functionality. Okay. So what is the meaning of whole header? I'll just run it very quickly and then we are good to go. So at least this is covered in one video. That's why that was my purpose. So covering. So at least one video, especially for this, will be there, right? So people will remember. Okay. So meaning of header is this whole header. Like in last example, we have seen, right? Extracting whole response, something, right? So suppose you want to extract whole header, whole from here to here. Generally, this scenario will also never occur, I believe. Okay. But suppose it occurs, then what you will do? So same thing, you use regular expression extractor and put yeah, regular expression extractor and put check mark in this, and this all you fill here that expression, right? This 4 places it has been used. Remember this expression in 4 cases here, 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 message, response message, and then complete header and complete response. Okay, fine. So put that here and here, and extract the value and store in this variable. That is one way, and another way is that use this processor, post processor, put this line of code, and it's very simple. Prev dot get response header, previous, and get the response header, and put that in this variable, and this variable name you can give anything, right? And wherever you want to use that headers, just dollar flower braces variable name flower braces. Okay, so these are the complete use cases of extracting a value, right? And I hope I have covered this in today's single video, so that in future also, if you want, you can watch this particular video and you can extract any value on any application, right? Only this two is left. So this is actually totally different thing. We'll cover tomorrow. But yeah, and I'll be giving this as well. This also I'll be giving this, so you'll be having idea, right? And in this, everything was understanding. It means there was nothing to remember. Everything was just we have to understand, except only this stuff, right? So this was explaining this is like little problematic because they have used so many combinations. So just remember it, because even if I explain it, people will forget, because if you see symbols are so many, right? There are almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbols has been used. Okay, and 2 groups has been used, like 2 separate groups. So that's why when you will forget. So just remember that. Otherwise, all scenario were very simple to understand. Nothing was there. Correct. These functions are also very simple. Prev dot get response data is string. Prev dot get response data is string. Prev dot get response code. Prev dot get response message. Prev dot get response header. You see how easily readable they have made. Right. So very simple. Okay. So just this 11 to 12. Actually, these are two in two. Actually, not one. Will consider two. So 12 total. 12 are there, right? If we just understand this, any value we can extract. Okay. Now, this will be a kind of interview question, which will cover many things. It has nothing to do with extracting the value. It is a scenario. Okay, it is a kind of scenario, not extracting value, a kind of scenario, which involves -1. Okay, -1 is like one of the attribute of regular expression extractor, nice number thing, which I said. All this we have covered, right? I said I will be covering this. So we'll be learning about this. Then we'll be learning about parameterization within parameterization, which is also called as nested parameterization. Okay. Hmm. Right. So that we will cover tomorrow because this itself will take almost 1 hour. These two both scenarios. Yeah, we have to write one line of code also, and yeah, and it can be a singing. So that is for today. So tomorrow we'll finish this and then we will start the execution part. Okay. So scripting will be covered by tomorrow. Everything related to everything related to scripting, regular expression, dynamic value, all things covered. Right? Fine. Yeah, son, or any questions, please ask. You have any? You were having some questions. Please ask. Hmm. Straightforward only. Why? Because that capturing was straightforward. Nothing was there. Correct. Only thing how we will test that. Testing it. Uh, direct because the tester directly goes to body. So that is tricky part, right? People can want to hear that whether you know or not. Or so that will tell the in and out how advanced you are in JMeter. Simple. That's what I said. No? That simple part because the preparing of the expression was simple, right? It was simple. Nothing was there. Then why this is interview question, right? So this is simple, so anyone will know that. But this is tricky part, right? That use of a separate plugin will be needed. Head tester doesn't go to the body, right? Sorry, testers do not go to the header; they only go to the body. So that's why it makes it a type of kind tricky, you can say, uh, question. Okay. Bye all. Take care. Tomorrow. Hmm. 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 Okay, I'll give. I'll give you. Give. Hmm. Tomorrow itself. Tomorrow you'll give getting everything. Um, this video I'll give to now to tonight only. Tonight only. This is already there, so I'll give that. That video, no, this session video actually I'm those like the person who is uploading. He has forgotten to give access to me. So day 27 is missing. So that's why that is getting delayed. This one which you asked, I'll be giving. Yeah. Okay. Good. So bye all. Take care. We will see this two thing, which is very important interview question again tomorrow. Take care.